Welcome to America Who Died Today. Here, we remember the stars who left their mark on show business and culture. Don't forget to watch the videos till the end to catch all the interesting facts about their lives and careers, and leave your comments. We value your thoughts. Let's celebrate those who may be gone but will always remain in our hearts. Richard Philip Lewis, an influential American stand-up comedian, actor, and writer, was born on June 29, 1947, and became celebrated for his dark, self-deprecating humor that resonated with audiences through the 1980s and beyond. Known for his neurotic style, Lewis captivated audiences with his unique brand of comedy, rooted in personal struggles and sharp wit. His acting career flourished with roles like Prince John in Robin Hood, Men in Tights, 1993, and as himself in the long-running HBO series Curb Your Enthusiasm. Raised in Brooklyn and later Englewood, New Jersey, Lewis grew up in a Jewish family. Despite his father's successful catering business and his mother's involvement in community theater, Lewis described a complicated family life, with his older siblings leaving home early, which left him alone with his mother. This environment, filled with tension, helped shape the humor and personal battles he would later explore on stage. His academic journey took him from Dwight Morrow High School to Ohio State University, where he graduated with a degree in business administration in 1969. Later, he was honored by the Fisher College of Business with an Alumni Achievement Award in 2023. Lewis's comedic journey began in 1971 at an open mic in Greenwich Village. Soon, comedian David Brenner discovered his potential, helping him gain visibility in Los Angeles comedy clubs and securing a spot on The Tonight Show. By the mid-1970s, he had solidified his place in the comedy world alongside luminaries like Richard Pryor and George Carlin. His influences, including Woody Allen and Lenny Bruce, inspired his introspective and often dark comedic style, which tackled topics like addiction, mental health, and his own insecurities. He became famous for his signature black attire and his dynamic, pacing performances. His television and film career began with Diary of a Young Comic, 1979, a satirical film about Hollywood's comedy scene. In the 1980s and 1990s, Lewis's popularity grew as he appeared on major talk shows like The Tonight Show, Late Night with David Letterman, and The Howard Stern Show. His stand-up specials on Showtime and HBO, such as I'm in Pain and The Magical Misery Tour, further showcased his comedic talent and raw approach to discussing personal anguish. From 1989 to 1992, Lewis starred alongside Jamie Lee Curtis in Anything But Love, a sitcom that cemented his status as a TV star. He took on other memorable roles, including the 1995 drama Drunks, which brought attention to his own battles with addiction, and as a recurring character on 7th Heaven. In 2000, Lewis joined Curb Your Enthusiasm, where he played a fictionalized version of himself, reuniting with series creator Larry David, whom he had met in childhood at summer camp. Their friendship translated into an engaging dynamic on-screen, adding depth to Lewis's portrayal of himself. Throughout his career, Lewis received critical acclaim. GQ named him among the 20th century's most influential humorists, and Comedy Central ranked him among the top stand-up comedians of all time. He is also credited with popularizing the expression, the _____ from hell, a phrase that reflects his often tortured outlook on life and made its way into pop culture partly through his appearances on David Letterman's shows. Despite his success, Lewis's personal life was marked by struggles with addiction, primarily to cocaine and crystal meth. His substance abuse reached a crisis point in the 1990s, eventually leading him to a hospital emergency room. Sobering up in 1994, he documented his experience in his memoir, The Other Great Depression, where he openly discussed his recovery and mental health struggles. This candidness became central to his comedy, which often delved into his lifelong struggles with anxiety, depression, and even an eating disorder driven by body dysmorphia. Health challenges continued to affect him in his later years, with multiple surgeries, including back and shoulder operations. In 2023, he publicly shared that he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, prompting him to step away from stand-up comedy to focus on writing and occasional acting. Despite these obstacles, he made a final appearance in Curb Your Enthusiasm's 12th season, concluding his 24-year journey with the show. Lewis passed away on February 27, 2024, at the age of 76 from a heart attack at his Los Angeles home. His death resonated deeply with fans, friends, and colleagues, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, who honored his legacy and remembered his contributions to comedy. He was laid to rest at the Temple of Aaron Cemetery in Roseville, Minnesota, leaving behind a lasting impact on the world of stand-up and television comedy. Jon Landau was a celebrated American film producer, widely known for his work on several of the highest-grossing films in cinema history, including Titanic, 1997, and Avatar, 2009. Born on July 23, 1960, in New York City, Landau grew up surrounded by the film industry, as his parents, Edie and Elia Landau, were prominent producers. His father also worked as a studio executive, and his sister, Tina Landau, is a well-regarded theater director. Jon Landau attended the USC School of Cinematic Arts, solidifying his path in the film industry. He grew up in a Jewish household and maintained close ties with family members, including two half-brothers and another sister, Kathy. Landau began his career with 20th Century Fox as the executive vice president of feature film production during the early 1990s. It was here that he met director James Cameron while overseeing True Lies, 1994. Cameron admired Landau's approach and soon recruited him to join his production company, Lightstorm Entertainment. This partnership marked a turning point in Landau's career, especially when they co-produced Titanic. The film became a phenomenon, earning Landau an Academy Award for Best Picture and establishing him as a leading producer. Titanic initially broke box office records by becoming the first movie to earn over $1 billion, eventually reaching $2.18 billion after a 2012 re-release. In 2009, Landau and Cameron collaborated on Avatar, a sci-fi spectacle that further expanded the boundaries of visual effects and storytelling. This project achieved critical and financial success, overtaking Titanic to become the highest-grossing film of all time with $2.92 billion in worldwide revenue. Avatar earned Landau another Oscar nomination and solidified his role as a visionary producer. After Avatar, he continued working on its sequels, including Avatar, The Way of Water, Avatar, Fire and Ash, and two additional sequels that are scheduled for posthumous release. Cameron later remarked that Landau was the heart of the Avatar family and a grounding force on set, underscoring his legacy in film. Landau's career was distinguished not only by box office triumphs but by his commitment to producing films that pushed cinematic boundaries. He shared nearly 40 years of marriage with his wife, Julie, with whom he had two sons. Landau's death on July 5, 2024, from cancer, marked a significant loss for the film community. Following his death, Cameron and others in Hollywood paid tribute to his contributions and impact on the industry. The posthumous releases of Avatar, Fire and Ash and the final sequels in the franchise will continue his legacy, celebrating the enduring influence of his work. Martin Landau was born on June 20, 1928, in Brooklyn, New York, to Jewish parents, Selma and Morris Landau. His father, originally from Austria, worked as a machinist and was deeply affected by the turmoil of the Nazi era, trying to rescue relatives from Europe. Martin attended James Madison High School and Pratt Institute, where he initially pursued a career in visual arts, working as an editorial cartoonist for the New York Daily News and collaborating on comic strips. However, in his early 20s, he left his job to pursue acting, a decision that ultimately shaped his successful career in Hollywood. Landau's early acting work began with a pivotal audition at the Actors Studio, where he was one of only two individuals, along with Steve McQueen, accepted out of 500 applicants. He trained under notable figures like Lee Strasberg and went on to become an executive director of the Actors Studio's Hollywood branch. He made his first major impact on screen in Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest, 1959, playing Leonard, the villain's sinister right-hand man. This led to prominent film and television roles, including the sci-fi series Space, 1999 and the spy series Mission, Impossible, where he played Roland Hand, a master of disguise, alongside his then-wife Barbara Bain. This role earned him 3 Emmy nominations, marking him as a versatile and dedicated actor. During the 1980s, Landau's career entered a new phase with his critically acclaimed role in Tucker, The Man in His Dream, 1988, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. His performance earned him a Golden Globe and an Academy Award nomination, which he followed up with another Oscar-nominated performance in Woody Allen's Crimes and Misdemeanors, 1989. In 1994, he won an Academy Award for his portrayal of Bela Lugosi in Tim Burton's Ed Wood, a role that deeply resonated with Landau, who identified with Lugosi's career struggles and insecurities. Throughout his later years, Landau remained active in film and television, appearing in notable productions like Rounders, 1998, Sleepy Hollow, 1999, and The Majestic, 2001. He was also highly regarded as an acting coach, with students such as Jack Nicholson and Angelica Houston. His final years were spent sharing his craft and passion for acting with younger generations. Landau passed away on July 15, 2017, leaving behind a legacy of nuanced, memorable performances across multiple decades of film and television. Dikembe Mutombo Mpilando Mukamba Jean-Jacques wa Mutombo was born on June 25, 1966, in Leopoldville, now known as Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. He passed away on September 30, 2024, at the age of 58 in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. Mutombo was a Congolese-American professional basketball player, widely recognized as one of the greatest defensive players and shot blockers in the history of the National Basketball Association, NBA. He stood at an impressive height of 7 feet 2 inches, 2.18 meters, and weighed 260 pounds, 118 kilograms, making him a formidable presence on the court. Mutombo was born into a family with 9 siblings, with his father serving as a school principal and his mother as a nurse. Growing up in a well-educated household, Dikembe was encouraged to pursue his studies seriously. He attended Boboto College in Kinshasa, where he focused on preparing for a future medical career. Mutombo was not only a basketball player, he also played soccer and participated in martial arts during his youth. At around the age of 16, he decided to concentrate on basketball, spurred by encouragement from his father and brother, largely due to his extraordinary height. In 1987, Mutombo moved to the United States at the age of 21 to enroll at Georgetown University on a scholarship from USAID. Initially, he aimed to obtain a medical degree, but his life took a different turn when he was recruited by John Thompson, the head coach of the Georgetown Hoyas basketball team. Upon his arrival, he spoke very little English and had to enroll in an English as a Second Language (ESL) program. During his college career at Georgetown from 1988 to 1991, Mutombo became a defensive powerhouse. He was known for his remarkable shot-blocking ability, which earned him the title of the Big East Defensive Player of the Year twice, in 1990 and 1991. His impactful play led to the creation of Rejection Row, a section of fans dedicated to celebrating his blocks during games. Mutombo graduated from Georgetown with bachelor's degrees in linguistics and diplomacy in 1991. Mutombo was selected by the Denver Nuggets as the 4th overall pick in the 1991 NBA draft. He made an immediate impact in the league, winning NBA Rookie of the Year honors and establishing himself as a premier shot blocker and rebounder. His signature celebration after a blocked shot, the finger wag, became iconic, symbolizing his defensive prowess. Throughout his NBA career, which spanned from 1991 to 2009, Mutombo played for several teams, including the Denver Nuggets, Atlanta Hawks, Philadelphia 76ers, New Jersey Nets, New York Knicks, and Houston Rockets. He was an 8-time NBA All-Star and won the NBA Defensive Player of the Year award 4 times, a record he shares with Ben Wallace and Rudy Gobert. Mutombo was known for his tenacity on defense and his ability to change the course of games with his shot-blocking skills. His career statistics include 11,729 points, 9.8 points per game, 12,359 rebounds, 10.3 rebounds per game, and an impressive 3,289 blocks, 2.8 blocks per game. During his time with the Philadelphia 76ers, Matambo played a crucial role in leading the team to the NBA Finals in 2001, where they faced the Los Angeles Lakers. Despite the Sixers' eventual defeat, Matambo's performance solidified his status as one of the league's premier centers. Matambo retired from professional basketball in 2009, and both the Denver Nuggets and Atlanta Hawks retired his jersey number 55 in honor of his contributions to the teams. He was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2015, further cementing his legacy in the sport. Off the court, Dikembe Mutombo was equally distinguished for his humanitarian efforts. He was heavily involved in charitable work, particularly in his home country of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. He founded the Dikembe Mutombo Foundation, which focuses on improving living conditions in the Congo through health and education initiatives. His philanthropic work earned him respect and admiration beyond the basketball community, reflecting his commitment to giving back and making a positive impact in the world. Dikembe Mutombo's legacy in basketball is defined not only by his statistical achievements but also by his influence as a role model and humanitarian. His impact on the game and his contributions to society continue to resonate, making him a beloved figure in sports history. His death on September 30, 2024, marks the loss of a true legend, whose contributions to the game and society will not be forgotten. Thank you for watching this video. May the memory of these outstanding people continue to inspire us all. We cannot change the course of time, but we can keep in mind their contribution and significance. If this video has affected you or you want to know more, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment. Let's continue to share their stories and keep the memory of them together. See you soon, and remember that those we love never leave without a trace.